Welcome back to Pokemon Blue. We continue our trek down the longest road of all time. At least in the Pokemon franchise. I can't think of another road that is longer than this one. The road we're on is like 4 different routes in one. I don't remember offhand which ones. It's like 12 through 15 or something like that. And we're not even at the worst of it yet, you know? We've been over the docks, or the boardwalk, or whatever you want to call it. We're in the maze. We're soon going to come to this, like, L-shaped bit of brick road. And, the first part of that's not too bad. It's the second part that's one of the worst areas in this entire game. But enough about that. I'm just kind of talking nonsense while Blue Durgan electrocutes a bunch of birds. Yeah, I don't know why I remembered having such a trouble with him throughout this playthrough. I've misremembered, I suppose. It has been a few months since I recorded this, so my memory apparently is more fadey than I realize. Oh well, these things happen. That's why I need to stop referring to events in the future. Just talk about what's happening and what has already happened. It's kind of hard to do that, though. I just, you know, bits and pieces of the future pop into my mind, and I'm like, oh, we can talk about that now. It's relevant. But it hasn't happened yet, so maybe that's just a mistake. There, I've rambled my way through the maze. I can get off the bike now. It's no longer as annoying. Welcome to the brick road. It's not a yellow brick road. The screen is green, so it's a green brick road. It's kind of a yellow-green, actually. And this guy's... it's the weirdest battle challenge ever. Like, he talks about how common TMs are because you can just buy them at the store, but only a few people have HMs. And I'm like, bro, I've got 3. And then we just start fighting. Like, what's that about? Oh well, it allows my cat to eat bird. Aw, Firo, I wish you were better. He's such a cool Pokemon, but he's so not great. Like, it's alright. It survived the Thunderbolt to mirror move me. Ah. Alright, we're 3 minutes in. Oh, I knew I knew I should have prepared something ahead of time instead of just doing this without anything. This is all impromptu, you know? And there's so many bird keepers now. It'd be nice if there was a little bit of variety on the longest road ever made, but no. And I'm gonna go check a few places that don't have anything in them, because that's just me. Making it hard to talk about things. Ah, level 35, that's good. Now Critty has 100 hit points. All my dudes get to above 100 at this point. Maybe not Dragonair, I don't know about Blue Durgan. Shot down in flames. Actually, I electrocuted your ass. Well, I guess electricity can start fires, so how intense is my version at thunderbolting? Yeah, there's nothing there. You know, maybe they hid an item on both sides of those posts. It's just unusual hallway design is all. Not utilizing space in normal ways, but I guess it's just part of the maze, maybe. And Anyway, we got more bikers. I don't know if I actually discussed bikers. You know, bikers use poison types, and I think they might use rats. I don't know. I only remember them using coughing and Grimer and the evolutions of those. I don't think they use anything else really. Oh, they might use Machop. It's just, I don't know. I don't agree with the theme. They're bikers. They should just use tough stuff and coughing, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know why coughing in particular, but it just makes sense that bikers would use coughing. I don't know why. Oh, I just want this road to end. But it's not going to. We're 6 minutes in. Oh man, I'm losing my mind. I really should have had a script or something. This guy's bringing up legendary Pokemon, and there's 4 of them in this game. 3 if you count Mew. But I don't count Mew. You know, Mew is an event Pokemon, not a legendary Pokemon. There's a difference. Oh, thank you for that, game. Why'd I lose? Because you were using a Farfetch'd and nothing else. The 3 legendary Pokemon are all birds of prey. Well, you're forgetting about Mewtwo. And I guess he's not legendary, in the traditional sense. He's just legendary as a kind of a theme or a type. You know, he's one of a kind. You know, and I hate it because you'd think legendary Pokemons would all be one of a kind, but apparently there's a bunch of the 3 legendary birds roaming around. They're just extremely rare, and like, it was fun when there was just one of them and they were legendary, so they were one of a kind, but no, they're not one of a kind. I guess legendary is just the rarity beyond rare. You know what I hate when they make rarer things than rare? Like ultra rare, or super rare, or mega rare. It's like, well, rare isn't exactly feel rare then. You know, it feels like an upgrade to uncommon. And now I'm getting into like collectible card logic, and well, I've got nothing else. We're on the endless brick road at this point. Might as well be the yellow brick road. We're going to Oz. Yes, they use Grimers. They use Coughings, and they'll use the evolved forms. I swear some of them use rats, but I don't know that for sure. Oh, this is riveting commentary, man. This might just be my worst video ever. Oh, and he's trying to learn Slam at level 35. Yeah, why would I go back to learning that? You offered it to me at level 30. I know he was a Dratini then, and you know, when you evolve, you learn moves later, but shouldn't that be an exception? Oh, why would I ever want to learn Slam? Ever again. It made sense at the time. I needed another move, but I'm gonna complain more about how awful Slam is. That was fun that one time I did that. No, Body Slam is such a great move, though. 100% accurate. Save for that 1 in 256 mischance. Does really, really good damage and has a 30% chance of paralysis. Gen 1, it's a really good move. It's it gets less good as things go on. This guy's just eager to fight. Let me guess, he's using coughings and grimers. Yeah, well, there's one of them. And I know I've complained about this in the past, and I keep complaining about it. Just use different stuff. Like, I know there's not a whole lot in Gen 1 to choose from, but there only being 150 things. But you didn't have to type trainers so specifically. You know, they're bikers, they're on motorcycles, they probably get out around in the world more than anybody else. They might like fire types, they might like other fighting types. I imagine some of them would like a Pidgey. And we're near Fuchsia City, that's where the Safari Zone is. Throw some Safari Zone stuff out at us, man. Like, go there. Catch some stuff. I will be showing the Safari Zone, though. Well, I mean, I have to. There's an important item there that you have to get to proceed with the game. 2 important items, in fact, that you need to get to proceed with the game. This might just be the only Pokemon game where Surf is a required move. I don't know if that's a true statement or not. No, it isn't. Gold and Silver, you need Surf as well. So forget that, you need Surf in the next gen as well. In fact, you need Surf in Gen 3. Okay, you need Surf in... you probably need Surf in all Pokemon games. I know Fly is optional, and Strength, as the games would go on, would become more and more optional. Surf, I think there's always a Surf part. Oh, especially Gen 3. What am I doing? You have to surf on the ocean in Gen 3. I don't know where my mind was at with that thought. Yeah, the surf is necessary. You always have to go over water. Especially the game with the ocean surrounding it. But did you know that there's a lot of water in Ruby and Sapphire? Because apparently IGN didn't. Oh, yeah, we're going to back to that old complaint. Too much water. Wasn't that just the most ridiculous complaint anybody could have about Ruby and Sapphire? You know, it's like the tropical setting. Of course there was too much water. It was like the entire point of the continent we were on. Or country. I don't actually know how Pokemon lands work. Eat Boomerang, Pikachu. Yay, we're all level 36 now, I think. No, there's probably a couple more that are level 35. I haven't really been paying attention to what levels they're at. Only when they've been leveling up. That Raichu's impressive. He's that much lower level than me. I've got a really decent attack. It doesn't have a really decent defense, and it survived the first Boomerang. What's up with that? Boomerang's not that bad of a move. And she thinks we're a little cutie. Thanks, I guess? I don't know. For your compliment, I'm gonna huck rocks at your birds. Just, man. Oh, Wigglytuff. I don't know if we've seen that before or not, so this is something new. You know, I've only been complaining for a while now about seeing new things. Well, there is something new. It's dead now. Every time I find something new, I kill it. Ah, here we go. Oh, yeah. Bubba's not gonna get to level 36, because I am not dealing with his paralyzed ass right now. It's not like I remembered to bring actual healing items on the longest trek of my life. You know, we're out here hiking along this road. You know, if it takes at least a day to walk along a route, then we've been out here for 4 days now. This is day number 4. Because this section here, this straightaway that we're on, you know, it came down and then it turned, and we're heading west right now towards Fuchsia City. This is the worst stretch of this entire road. It's probably the worst stretch of road in the game. Unless you move north a little bit and just avoid all the trainers. Then it takes about 10 seconds. But no, I didn't do that. And well, we got here, I'd imagine, about 6 minutes ago. So, takes about 18 minutes for me to walk this entire 10-second stretch of road. Maybe even 15-second stretch of road. Not sure. This road has done a number on my Pokemon, though. Wait until you see the shape I'm in by the time I get to Fuchsia City. Not to spoil anything. Oh, just die. Bubble Beam's not the greatest of moves. I'm just preserving power points at this moment, and Coughing has a really high defense. You know, now I'm being reminded of that episode, with all the movement above me, because the floor's really creaky. I am sorry about any noise pollution that happens. The headset I'm using captures everything in the room. It's really, really good at that. And, I can't do anything about the traffic upstairs. This is the only time I have to do this. You know, I've barely managed to get this, because my week is really busy all the time. It's what I get for having a job and a bunch of stuff I've got to do. So I'm sorry about any noise pollution in the background, especially in regards to the foot traffic above me. There's just nothing I can do about it, and if I want to get this video out anytime soon, you know, I have to do it now. But I apologize, you know, I know if nobody wants to hear stuff like that, because it gets distracting, and I acknowledge that. It's just there's not a whole lot I can do about it. You know, like I said, this, I have an hour. I had an hour after the release of the previous episode, which was a few days ago, so that's 1 hour out of those several days with which I could sit down and actually do this. And I'm not going to have tomorrow to do anything either, and I just wanted to get this out. Sorry about that momentary pause. Just getting past a bunch of that noise pollution I've been talking about for the past couple minutes. About 20 minutes worth. But nobody wants to hear me complain about that anymore. It's just, you know, there's nothing to talk about. It's always fun, you know, talking over these games when there's something actually going on screen. And granted, you know, I'm battling, that's something, but it's all the same stuff you see over and over again. And this is probably why I've never played one of the randomizers, you know, the Pokemon randomizers. I don't know if that affects trainers or if it's just wild Pokemon. You know, and given current affairs, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to find those right now. Thank you, Nintendo, for that very much. But, I mean, that might be why, you know, something like that would be fun. You know, up until now, I always thought randomizers would only be fun for a Nuzlocke challenge. You know, to vary it up and spice it up a bit. But it might just be fun on its own merits because you don't know what any of the trainers will have, and that's the way it should be. You know, with the exception of certain specific types like bug catchers, I suppose, you know, they should primarily have bugs, but maybe a little bit of something else. But a lot of these other trainers, man, they should just have whatever. It shouldn't even be a theme. You know, juniors, I guess, makes sense. You have whatever you can catch around that specific route. Because juniors specifically are youngsters that live in towns. Or they're youngsters in this game, they're juniors in later games. Those junior trainers, they're the Boy Scouts. Man, I'm all confused about my trainer types. Youngsters. They're like little kids that live in towns, so they would only use, you know, things that are nearby that town. That would be an appropriate theme, but most trainers, you know, they shouldn't be themed. They shouldn't be themed at all. They should just be all made up to individual trainers. I don't know. But I mean, they wouldn't even start naming the other trainers until Gen 2, in fact. So I suppose, you know, without naming them, what would you design them around? You know? But after you started naming them, like, did you really need to have them be a specific class of trainer? Like, Youngster Joey? Why isn't it just Joey? Like, just, you know, reuse the same sprite, sure, but... You know, why is he Youngster Joey? Now this Dodrio's gonna kick my ass. Like, I got into a fight I shouldn't have gotten in here. Look at me. I'm braving it though. If he would have used a flying move, Weed would have died. Well, I've been using Die a lot. It's knocked out because you can wake them up by going to the Pokemon Center and healing them. It's not death, I know. This Doduo's gonna finish the job the Dodrio started, though. It starts off really well. I get a critical hit with a Mega Drain. And then he gets a critical hit with Peck. Oh no, what am I going to do? Acid. Oh, well, I'm gonna make a train and get that little bit of health. You know, it might matter. I'm switching, but it might matter later. Who wants to listen to that low health sound anyway? Get him, Blue Durgan. It only lowered your attack. Freeze it to death. Well, at least I was commentating on what was going on screen just now. I rarely do that. I didn't forget super potions, I didn't put those in the box. I don't know why I put all my healing items in a box. I could have used them. You know, in Fuchsia City I can put them all in the box, because you can buy full heals in Fuchsia City, and well, those heal all status ailments, so those are just handy. It might be the only item in Generation 1 that can cure confusion, but I don't know about that. I'm not thinking of anything else that can, and I don't even know if full heals can. I've never tried. I always just let the confusion just run its course. Oh, that, and I don't like using items in battle anyway. Or at least I, you know... I like to think that I don't. I've been breaking that rule a lot in this playthrough. You know, and I think the reason is, it's just, I would get upset, or in the situations where I'm all kind of annoyed and mad, and I'd use it, and then I'd be like, that's the only time I'm doing it, and then I'd immediately forget that I just did it, and so the next time I go to use it, I've forgotten, so I think that's the first time I've done it. I probably do that a lot more than I think. It's something to watch out for anyway, now that I'm conscious about it. That's an interesting feature of commentary. I'm seeing a bunch of things that I do that I've never really noticed before. It's been 26 minutes. We're almost at the end of the road. It's just, I don't know which trainer this is. I've been paying... I'm so terrible at this that I haven't even been really paying attention to what's going on screen. I've just kind of been talking nonsense. Oh, it's a bird keeper. There's at least one more trainer then. Because there's a lass at the very end. Like, you can see Fuchsia City. You can see the city gates. You'll be entering the city limits. But you have to get through her. Right there. But we're at the end of the yellow brick road. That's just, I don't even care. It's the yellow brick road. This one doesn't have friendly scarecrows or cowardly lions. It just has a bunch of trainers. Yeah, well, it's better than some witch stalking my ass the entire way. Wizard of Oz is kind of creepy like that. It's about stalking. And one lady's attempt to find friends to help her get through her stalker's obsession. And all the witch really wanted was the shoes. Like, I don't know, I'd be inclined to give her the shoes. I mean, she was throwing fire and shit. Like, no to that. Take the shoes, I don't know. Being stalked by a magical creature just is not worth a pair of ruby slippers. That's all I'm saying. Oh, and we're done with the trainers along this road. I made it. I don't know how entertaining it is, but I did make it. So now in our beat-up, poisoned, paralyzed state of being... Oh, Professor Oak's aide is here. I guess we should go see him. What do you want, nerd? Yeah, he's offering us an experience share if we have 50 experience. Or if you get 50 Pokemon. No, I don't. You're lucky I even have the 19 that I have. Or 18 even. I'm sorry. I was one off. Well, you're lucky I even have that much. It's from evolutions and the fact that people keep giving me these things. And I needed some HM slaves as well. And really, at this point, only one person has given me a Pokemon, and I had to earn it, so what am I even complaining about? Technically, nobody gave me the Eevee. I found that on a table and took it. No shame about that either. I love Thundercat. He might be boring, but I do love him dearly. I love Eevee. And I love all of the evolutions. Oh, but Fuchsia City is so glad to see your fuchsia color. We're going to the Pokemon Center, and I'm going to show it off because, well, it's a well-deserved heal. I managed to not have to backtrack to heal along the way. So that's something at the very least. At least I didn't have to speed up or cut out anything. Except those times that I, you know, changed around my party. And then I went to save and was like, no, I'm going to reform my party now before I forget, because I am not playing this for another hour. That was my thought process at the time anyway. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye. This is probably the worst episode ever.